Hockey, a sport that many Indians consider the national game. A sport that gave us our national identity, a sense of pride, a sport that defined us. At a time when India was fighting for independence and finding its way as a free country, the hockey team became a symbol of national pride, independence, and unity.
In 1928, India got recognition because of hockey. Mr. Biju Patnaik was also jailed as a freedom fighter. Yeah. He was in Pakistan. Yeah. So when he as a kid had asked Mr. Naveen Patnaik, how do you pass time and all, that time he had told that we used to listen to commentaries.
This is the forgotten story of a sport that united a nation. A celebration of unimaginable determination in the face of adversity, and a 40-year-old dream of reuniting under the tricolors of India on the Olympic podium. This is the story of India's game.
Sports was a way of life for the British, and from the British, the Indians took it up.
I think it's fair to say that the Indians took to hockey very naturally. Very soon they were producing skills that were just not possible.
It was the year 1928. India was participating in the Olympics for the first time. They went on to beat Austria, Belgium and Switzerland without conceding a single goal, finally defeating the Netherlands to bring home the first ever Olympic gold in hockey.
They were playing different kind of artistic games, which was not known to the rest of the world. Some kind of cocktail that has become invincible combination.
That's when players started creating history with the man leading the nation with a stick.
Dhyan is the first sporting hero the India has ever known.
Dhyan Chand to hockey is what Pele is to football. Indians love to hero worship their players, but Dhyan Chand was actually hero worshipped across the world.
Sport became one of our fundamental pillars for our fight for independence and assertion. 1928 was our first foray into victory, after which, for half a century, the Indian hockey team was unstoppable. In 1932, India comfortably won against USA, and in 1936 against Hitler's Germany. However, all these victories were under British India. It was time for independent India to really show its worth. The year was 1948. Chaos ensued as India dealt with a terrible partition. It was then the Olympics saw us face our erstwhile colonial masters once again, Great Britain.
The odds were severely stacked against the Indians. There were potholes all over the pitch. The grass was not short. Add to all that, it was a very, very wet day. British players were quite used to playing in rain on heavy pitches, and the Indians were not.
The second half and two further goals added up to the final score. India 4, Great Britain 0.
This was a nation playing whose time had come. A new India.
The country that has ruled us, and we have beaten them on their own soil. This gave the country certainly a boost.
Nobody was in doubt about the special performance and the special achievement of the 1948 team. After 4 goals, even the spectators, who were mostly British, were shouting, "Make it 6."
It was one of the finest moments for India to beat England in their country.
India was finding its way as an independent nation. The men with the hockey sticks were unstoppable. In 1975, they lifted the World Cup. In 1980, the gold at the Moscow Olympics.
It is the nature of any sport that one team cannot go on dominating the world stage forever.
But other teams were catching up. The sport was changing beyond recognition, and India found itself falling off the world stage. Cricket frenzy took over the nation. 2008, we failed to qualify for the Olympics, a first in 80 years. And that's when the story of hockey started coming a full circle, because of one man and his vision.
Odisha became the first state to sponsor a national team. So he created the largest stadiums of the world as a gift to the hockey-loving population of India and Odisha.
The results began to show. 2020 Olympics, the men's hockey team gets a bronze. The women's team comes fourth in a nail-biting contest. This comes after a hiatus of nearly 41 years.
Guys, we're not gonna let this ball go inside the goal. And if it hits me here, let it be. It can get healed. But if one ball go in, we will regret that.
I was telling the players, okay, this is what we are going to do. This is your duty. This is your duty. And I was like, okay, what is my duty now? Okay, just save that ball.
Great save. India have done it.
We can say the world that, okay, I'm a medalist. I'm an Olympic medalist.
I mean, it was such a joy that Indian hockey team was coming back with a medal. It was coming after, what, 41 years.
Okay, give it best and then we will see what will happen.
Bolston, and she scores.
People said to us, we know how much you work for that medal, but you won our heart, and we got that respect.
This fourth place, believe me, it was as good as gold, because it made the Indian fans realize that women hockey players are not lagging in effort with the men. India kept pace with world hockey.
Hockey is now India's story. A story of an India that dares to dream. A dream brought to life by a single vision in a state that has changed the course of history for Indian hockey.
The vision is sports for youth and youth for future. Very soon, the Indian national flag will go high in the Olympic podium and Indian national anthem will be sung because of something Orissa has done or a person from Odisha has done.
This is the story of the game that lives in every Indian's heart. The story of India's game, hockey.